Hi, I'm Garrett Thomson, and this is LH Thomson Company. This is a company that my grandfather started back in 1981 out of his garage. We are a Boeing Silver certified supplier, and we follow the Intertech AS9100 certifications. When my grandfather started us out of his garage, we did not think it'd grow into something like this, but welcome. This is a state-of-the-art 60,000 square foot facility that we're going to take you on a tour of today. All right, so another thing about LH Thomson Company is that we started a bicycle manufacturing company as a subsidiary of LH Thomson Company back in the 90s. It's a really cool story, and I'm sure there's videos about it and everything, but this is our lathe department where we split a lot of aerospace stuff, aerospace parts and bike parts, depending on demand and scheduling and everything like that. I actually ran a lot of these machines back in high school on my spring breaks, summer breaks, winter breaks. I've been in here for a long, long time. Over here we have some machinos, and specifically these run majority of the aerospace stuff. For instance, these are some forgings that we use for quadrants on a jack shaft assembly for a Boeing 737, which is basically a flight control assembly for those planes. And yeah, that's really cool, really technical. Everything is dialed in, super finite. The details are very important, and all those important details, finite details, translated into the bike side. Back in the 90s, my aunt went on a cross-country cycling tour with a lot of her friends, and a lot of their bicycle components kept breaking: handlebars, stems, seat posts. And my grandfather was like, well, let's make stuff that doesn't break. And so Bike Thomson was born. And in light of all that, it was really one of the first companies to kind of set the standard of making quality bicycle components for the aftermarket scene. And it really just boomed and exploded and grew. All right, so now we're gonna go check out the bike assembly area and all the stuff that goes into that. We have two assembly areas. One is for aerospace components and one is for the bicycle components, but we're gonna go check out the bike stuff first. And as we're walking through all of this stuff, a lot of these are the machinos that we use. Majority, again, are for aerospace parts, but every now and then we do run some bicycle stuff on these, depending on what is needed. All right, so this is the Bike Thomson side of things. Here I got one of our hooch builds. This kind of just evolution of parts over time and everything, because we first started out with seat posts, static seat posts, and stems, BMX stems, mountain bike stems, road stems, the whole 9 yards on all of those. And then over the last, I'd say at least the last 10 years, we've been getting more into frames, full bike builds, frame sets and everything. And that's been a really fun endeavor to take on. All right, so we're back here in the inventory of some of the Thomson bike stuff. And something new we've been doing is we've been adding colors to our roster. This is the new Glacier Blue color, and they come in actual like sets. So you would get the seat post, the stem, and seat post collar, faceplate, top cap, all that stuff. And a little funny thing about this stuff and how long I've been here is that my grandfather used to pay me a nickel a piece to assemble these when I was probably about 5, 6 years old. So the evolution of this stuff, it was a different design back then, but the evolution of this stuff, I always thought was really cool to get a nickel a piece to assemble one of these. All right, so another cool part about this is some of these machines here, it's a lot of manual tooling and manual machining stuff. Some of these lathes back in the back are from the time way back when my grandfather first started all of this. And we have some of these back here because we make a lot of our own fixtures, tombstones for the machinos to run our own parts on. So we have a couple of really good technical hands-on machinists here that just can bust this stuff out. That's not my forte, but that was my grandfather's forte. So spending time back here and really kind of getting into the real roots of the manufacturing is a really cool thing to see still alive in a country where manufacturing is kind of dying out. So seeing like this kind of stuff and going back in time is it's a proud moment to see like these machines to where everything was manual to now where everything is programmed and everything is automated, and the art of true machining is still out there, which is cool. All right, welcome to the aerospace assembly side of the house here. This is where all of our assemblies get assembled. This is where all the aerospace parts come together as full assemblies. This is where we put bushings in. This is where everything kind of is at its final place. The final product gets assembled here and gets shipped out the door. And this is where we're gonna have some people talk about what it's like to work here, what to expect if you were to work here, how cold it is to work here, because it's really cold in here because we gotta keep everything dehumidified. But yeah, so the next video is gonna be about that, about like what to expect if you were to work here. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, like the video. There's gonna be a lot of information in the description if you're interested about working in a place like this and what to expect. Our website will be on there, a whole bunch of stuff. So stay tuned for more, and thank you for joining us on this little tour. Hope you enjoyed it.